and the host Mitthyl, a show made exclusively for solopreneurs, artists, and coaches who wants to build their digital empire. With 15 plus years of business experience, I cover topics on personal branding, content creation, and digital marketing on this show and invite amazing experts who share the same passion like mine. Today we have an amazing guest on our show and he's already into the studio. Let me introduce him. So he is none other than Amani Roberts. So he goes as DJ AmRo. He is a Washington DC born and a bred DJ who has been in California since 2007. A student of music since learning the saxophone at a very young age, DJ AmRo's musical knowledge spans numerous decades and crosses multiple genres. He is the host of a popular Amani Experience podcast and leads the Twitch University on the live streaming and podcasting advantage for business owners. He's already into the studio. Let's welcome him. So welcome Amani to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So Amani, can you just share your backstory with all of us?
Absolutely. Grew up in the DC area, as you said. Went to Howard University and majored in hospitality management and finance. And I worked for Marriott for almost 20 years across the entire United States, DC, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Miami, and then Los Angeles in a variety of positions like sales and marketing, general manager of a hotel. And then when I got to LA, I had always wanted to be a DJ, but I hadn't had the courage to go for it. So when I got to LA, I was able to go to a DJ school, and learn. And I began to start part-time and then build my way up. Eventually, I left Marriott to pursue DJing full-time. I've been full-time now, I want to say, for over 10 years now. Over 10 years full-time, been DJing for almost 15 or 16 years. Along the way, I also began to teach, become a professor at Cal State University Fullerton. I've been there for over 4 years now. And in March, April of 2020 was when I was able to join and start working and streaming on Twitch, which I really got exposed to the live streaming kind of atmosphere and segment. And that brings us pretty much to today, where I'm a DJ, professor, music producer, and all that. So that's what I do.
So that's super cool, Amani, and super excited to have you here. And always wanted to have a guest who is an expert into live streaming and throw some lights into that, because yes, it is essential to learn live streaming by any of the business people who want to expand. So I am hooked up and I have my notes over here, noting it down everything that you're sharing. And I have 3 questions that I would love to ask you. So let's go ahead and deep dive into the section. So the very first question, Amani, that I would like to ask you is, why do you think that the businesses need to get into live streaming?
I think businesses need to get into live streaming because it's just a better way to reach clients, a more intimate way to reach clients. You can expand your brand internationally. One thing that I kind of took for granted when I started to stream is that I figured I would just get people in my local area, maybe up in the Pacific Northwest, the Midwest of the United States. I ended up meeting and getting clients, yes, and potential collaborators across the world, whether it be the UK, Australia, Canada, Brazil, all over the world. So I think that's just a way to make your brand internationally while sitting in your home. And I think it's a way to give your brand a more personal feel. For example, you're talking to people, they can come onto your live stream, ask you questions, and just get to know you behind what your logo is and everything like that. So I think it's just really important and gives you more of a personal feel. It's more intimate, and live streaming is a good skill. It's a good skill to have. If you have something going on with your business that you want to do a live kind of press update, you can just stream it. You don't have to depend on other PR people. And I just think it's just a necessary skill in this day and age that we're in.
Bang on, Amani. And being an expert, I can see that the software that we are using is also primarily used for streaming, and I can see that you are actually auditing also the way you are experiencing something. So I also am a bit nervous with this, but
Don't be nervous.
Let's do it. Awesome. So I totally agree with you that yes, it is crucial, it is essential for every business house to learn about live streaming and have a better reach and connect to many audiences. And the best part is the audience can ask you questions and sort it out there itself, making you absolutely, building your credibility and showing how authentic you are. So I totally agree with what you say. So now, I have seen a trend is where there is live streaming also, but eventually, I have seen that the businesses who also have podcasting, they always have an upper advantage. So how do you think that these businesses can be using podcasting to their advantage?
Podcasting is just a great way to let your live streaming content live even longer, create or evergreen content. You get it up on all the platforms, whether it be Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that where people watch podcasts or listen to podcasts, excuse me. And it continues your reach. And it also establishes you as a subject matter expert where you can share your expertise. People can then hire you to work, hire you to be a professional speaker. It gives you content to share on a consistent basis. So it just continues the content kind of creation timeline for you. And I just feel that it's just necessary. Plus, it's networking. It's very intimate networking. And I think that it's very effective in this day and age, especially when we can't be in person as much as we would like. But it allows you to continue to network and build the connections you have. And so I think it's just an invaluable skill, and it's a practice that people should just add into their marketing campaigns consistently. Like, it shouldn't stop.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. So with live streaming and podcast, they're like the amazing arsenals that you have can help you scale up your business in the right way. So Amani, can you also share what are the most lucrative ways to use live streaming to build a business? Are there some steps, some hacks into it?
I think some kind of lucrative ways would be just you can get sponsorships for your podcast, which can bring you revenue. You can run advertisements. You can also make specific call for actions for different types of businesses that you have or opportunities within your business you have. I think those are the three main ways. And really, it just helps you kind of share your services as the stream is going on. Instead of getting outside commercials, you can get your own commercials to share the services and products that you have to sell. And I think that is just the main ways. It's just sponsorship, advertisements, call to actions for all the specific services you offer. And if you do that on a consistent basis, eventually people will remember and start to buy.
Totally agree with you. So Amani, with this we come to the end of the phase one of the entire episode, and let's the second phase is where I'm always excited and all my guests are. So this is called as the rapid fire round, and Amani, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and they're going to be fun questions. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give you time to think. The first thing that gets into your mind, feel free to share.
Got it.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
Awesome. So we go with the very first question is, so Amani, what is the one thing that you would like to put on your bucket list in 2022?
I want to travel to Australia.
Lovely. Every guest, this question is all about travel. Amazing. Mm-hmm. So let's go with the second question. Who do you admire the most?
Who do I admire the most? I like what Simon Sinek stands for in terms of leadership, teamwork, building teams. I love his messaging.
He's brilliant. Let's go to the third question. So, all right, who is your favorite cartoon character and why?
I love Garfield because he loves lasagna. He's funny. He sleeps all the time, and he's orange, which is one of my favorite colors.
Lovely, awesome. All right. Since you are in California, so let's take you to LA. And if a movie was made on your life, what genre would it be, and who would play your role?
It would be a romantic drama with a happy ending, of course.
Lovely.
And Terrence Howard would play me.
Awesome. That's super cool. Awesome. So with this, Amani, let's come to the last question. And since there is a hype everywhere about superheroes, so who is your superhero and why?
Mm. I'm going to say my superhero. I'm not sure if you know Debbie Millman. She's a phenomenal person. She interviews all these influential people across the world. She's just an amazing interviewer. She just released a book. She's my superhero because she's been consistent over years. She was one of the first people to really have a podcast, like almost 20 years ago, and she's my superhero. I love what she stands for. I love to listen. I can't wait to meet her one day. So that would be my superhero.
Wow, I wish you all the best. That surely you're gonna meet her very soon.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So Amani, all the people who are listening to this particular episode, if they want to connect with you, how can they do that?
I say follow me on all the socials. It's at Amani Experience. So it's A like Apple, M like Mary, A like Apple, N like Nancy, I, the word experience, all one word. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, twitch.tv/Amani Experience, where you can see me streaming live 3 to 4 days a week. And then LinkedIn is Amani Roberts. Those are the four best places to catch me. I would say probably Twitter and LinkedIn are the top two. And then Twitch is like off on its own because I do that so much. And then AmaniExperience.com is my website. That's where you can get my first book and learn more about me and kind of see my schedule. And that's probably the best place to catch me. That's what I would say.
Awesome, awesome. So, Amani, I really don't want to conclude this particular episode, but as you know, the time restraints over here. So, what is the one message that you would like to give to all the people either who are listening to this episode or watching this episode?
When it comes to live streaming, don't let your perceived lack of equipment or experience stop you. Just start where you are with what you have and continue to build from there. I I kind of cringe to think about where I started with live streaming 2 years ago. The equipment that I've acquired, the camera, the microphone, the mixers, all that, the screens that I have all around me, like that takes time to get to. But don't let the time get to you. Like, don't be paralyzed. Just start with what you have, go for it, build on it, and you'll see the benefits along the way. And you'll look up in 6 months, a year, 2 years, and be like, wow, look how far I've come. And just embrace learning. Use Reddit to learn, use YouTube to learn, ask questions. You can always reach out to me, but get started. I think we're still kind of at the beginning of this movement. So don't delay. Just get started. Start where you are with what you have and have some fun.
Awesome, awesome. So deep gratitude again, Amani, for taking out time and being on this podcast show. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure. Thank you again.
Awesome. So you have just listened to the Digital Maddy Show with your host Mitthyl. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on any of the podcast platform that you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and listen to me again. This is Mitthyl signing off at the moment. Until next time with Amani Roberts. Meet you soon with another guest and their exciting stories. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.